This video we are going to discuss about JavaScript data types. There are 8 JavaScript data types. They are first one number, second one string, third one boolean, fourth one big int, fifth one undefined, sixth one null. These are primitive data types. The six data types are primitive data types. One is number, second one is string, third one is boolean, fourth one is begin, fifth one is undefined, seventh one is null. And there is another primitive data type. There is symbol. Another one is non-primitive data type. Eighth one is object. These seven are primitive data types, and this is non-primitive data type. Object is nothing but it will have properties and methods. These are primitive data types. These don't contain properties and methods. They simply store values. Now we will discuss about number primitive. Number primitive and number can be used as object also. It can be used as object. First way to declare a number is const a is equal to 25. This is one way of declaring number. Declaring and initializing number. Next way is const b is equal to number of 25. Here in this type of we are calling number function. We are calling number function by passing number as an argument. So it will return as a primitive. It will return 25 as primitive. Const is equal to new of number. We are calling number function constructor 25 as an argument. It returns. It will return a number object. Next way of declaring is const d is equal to new object of 25. It internally calls like this, like new number of 25. So it will return number object. This is This also it will return number object, but it will this both two written as a number primitive. These both declarations return number object. So let's print it. Console dot log of a comma type of a. Now let's change the types. Let's now print it to console. C25 is primitive type. 25, this one is of B, is of primitive type. If we check this C, this returns as an object. This number object containing 25 value. It is a number object. See, it's the same number object 25 object. Type of A is an object. So actually number is a function. If you check the type of number, console.log of type of number, it will give it as a function. Function is a special object. Just remember, function is a special object which has prototype property. Remember this. Function is a special object which has prototype property. This function will have something called prototype as a property. So the number is itself a function name, nothing but a object which has prototype property. So we can call this number function passing an argument, and we can use same function as a number function constructor with the passing by passing 25 as an argument, and we can directly call with object like this, and it will invoke like new number of 25. So all will return, these two will return objects, these two will return primitives. Okay, now let's deep dive into the topic numbers. We have discussed about declarations of numbers, various ways of declaring numbers. Now let's see, if I do as number is a special function which has prototype property. Every number is a special function object. You can call it as an object which has prototype property. And number function number function object itself self created by another object. Number function object itself created by another object, that is called function object. How can you check this one is Let's if I do console.log of member dot constructor. If you do console.log, then it says function is created by function. Now if I and you also have to know that every object in JavaScript has underscore proto underscore property. You have to note this. Every object in JavaScript has underscore property, but every object won't have every object won't have prototype property. Every object in JavaScript has the underscore but every object won't have prototype property. Only function objects have prototype property. Okay, this you have to note. Now this number constructor, this object was created by somebody else. This is a function object. This is created by somebody else. This constructor property will gives us the function which has created this number object. So if I console.log it, then it says it is created by something called function. So if I dot console.log number dot underscore photo, this will point to the prototype to for which the function has been created. See, if I do it, it gives an empty object. But if I check with number dot constructor or function dot prototype, you can check whether it is written true. This it is a object. It has a underscore photo underscore property. As it a function, it has also prototype. Now we will see underscore photo. As it has underscore photo means it has pointing to the some constructor, that is function constructor. If I do console.log and if I see in the browser window, you can see that it is a function which has created this number of function number object. Now I am checking if underscore photo is equal to function dot prototype. Every function object will have a prototype. Even number has prototype. Suppose console.log of number.prototype. This number.prototype. See, now if you see this number prototype, this number.prototype contains all the some important methods to exponential, to fixed, to locally string, to precision, to string. Okay, this number.prototype contain all the important methods which we will get access when we create an object for this number. So in function.prototype, suppose if I dot console.log function.prototype, function.prototype, I do console.log, you can find that it is a function with native code. This function has only the circular braces, contain only for circular braces. So it was created by function prototype. If I do underscore photo another time, if I do with object.prototype, then what it will return is true. So indirectly this proto object is pointing to function prototype. This function prototype itself as an object. So this function.prototype has a underscore proto property. This underscore proto property will point to object prototype. Object prototype has also underscore proto that will point to null. So we have to understand that this number of the function has number function will have two properties underscore proto and prototype. This number prototype contains all the methods and all the properties and methods which will be accessible when we create an object for this number. If we access number dot underscore proto, this we will get access the methods we will get access from function prototype, because this if we console.log number dot constructor, then we will get to know who has created this number function. That is function i- that we will get as, you can see here, this we will get as this f function native code. So this is has created this number dot construct this function. So if I do, this function will have prototype because it is a function. So if I do function dot prototype, then it will contain all the properties and methods. If I do console.log, this is internal code, we can't able to see this one. Okay, this contain all methods. If I do console.dir, you can see directly, you can't see function dot prototype. You can see here it contain apply is function anonymous function. That's why it don't have name, does not have any name. It contain apply, bind, call, caller. It can contain constructor. Every prototype has constructor property which will point to the function itself. So these are all the methods, prototypes, methods and properties which we will get access. This number object will get access to all these methods and properties. So if I check console.log number dot, these epsilon max safe integer, mean these we are getting from, these are known as static variables, static properties. These epsilon max safe integer, max safe value, min safe value, these are present in number object itself. If I type max value, it is one of the static property. 1.79 is one of the static property. can console dot, it is present on number of number itself. Number dot main value, you can have some static properties, and there are also static methods which are declared on function number object. The static methods are console.log number dot, if you say number dot some pairs int of 35, this will convert this pairs int static method present in number function, the number object function object will turn up this string to number, it will print 35. There are other methods also, like pairs int, pairs float. And it is also has some prototype property as it is a function. You can have a property in negative infinity, positive infinity. You can see positive infinity means it will print plus infinity. If you negative underscore infinity means you will have the static properties minus infinity. We have nan also. In number we have nan. It will print nan. These are special properties, static properties present in number function. There are also static methods. We have discussed about, we have to check number dot is nan. If I check 5 by nothing, and it will give nan. We are checking whether it is nan or not. It is said true. So is nan is a static method. We have like this, we have is finite. Whether number is finite or not, we can check is finite. Whether I'm checking 45 is finite or not. True. If I replace it with infinite, then infinity, then it says false. False is not finite, so it returned false. Like that. There is also is integer. I'm checking whether infinity is an integer. Return false. It is not integer. So if I do 45.67, whether it is an integer, I'm checking. It is saying not false. So if I pass only 45, and it said true. So if I pass only integer values only, it is saying. If I pass a string here, then it says false because I passed the string. If I pass only number integers, then it will say true or false. Now we have discussed about all the methods present in all the static properties and static methods present in number object. We call it static, and there are properties which are coming from function prototype. You can see function prototype has some properties which can be called using number. If you console.dir function.prototype, these some of the properties, see This apply, bind, call arguments. If you call function toString, if I call number dot arguments, see what it will return. Is now okay? It is returning arguments exception type error. You can use bind property, call method, and these constructor functions. Whatever the methods declared, you can directly invoke from here number dot, because it is a function object pointing to function prototype. So you can do all these things whichever declared here. If I do console.dir as number, if you refresh it, you can see these are the static properties. These are the static methods which are declared on this number object, and there is also parse for parse it. This is the static methods declared on this number object. This is the prototype. This prototype actually, this number has a prototype property. It constant number prototype has these methods. This number prototype it points to object. This is not we want. It's saying its prototype is what? What is the prototype? This number. But this is an object. So I can access this call bind apply all this because it's this number object underscore prototype is pointing to this function dot prototype. So call apply bind all these functions will getting from this function dot prototype. So now we'll discuss about number prototype. Number is an object, so it has underscore underscore proto property. Number is also a function object, so it will have also prototype property. This prototype, this prototype, if you see number dot prototype, it is giving this constructor 2 exponential 2 fix. These methods will come from this number prototype. Every function object will have a prototype property. This constructor, every this number dot prototype is also an object. First thing you have to notice, number dot prototype is an object. So number dot prototype also has also underscore photo property, because number dot prototype is an object. This number dot prototype has methods which will be accessible to the object created with number. Okay, next if I do console.log of c dot c 2 exponential 2 fix 2 local, these methods value of all these are declared in the number prototype, but they are getting in the in the functions in the function object c. If I invoke c dot, I am getting all the methods and variables which are declared in the number.prototype. But I'm getting access to those. Okay. Now D also will get access because D also number object constructor is prototype string value of two string has two exponential. Where is two exponential? D dot two. We should check whether D is pointing to exponential. You check it is going 2.5 plus 1. You check here. You can see prototype is number. This number prototype is an object. This underscore underscore photo will have again number. Prototype object. This underscore underscore photo will get to this number. This underscore photo property object. This underscore underscore property null. So how many underscore properties are there? One is here. First I will get here. This underscore border properties point to number prototype. Next underscore photo will point to object prototype. Next underscore photo will point to null. So if I do D, I'm getting all the properties and methods declared in number dot prototype. But if you call D dot apply or D dot call, this won't work. D dot call and apply are applicable to the only number object, not the objects created with number. That's the point you have to note. You can check here. If I do D dot, does not contain any methods and properties that are declared in the function dot prototype. These are the methods only declared in the number dot prototype and the number itself, in the number object itself. So this is the basic difference we have to look up. Now we can declare our own methods in number dot prototype like this. Number dot prototype, number dot prototype dot sum is equal to function. I pass two arguments here, a comma b. Let sum is equal to 0. Let sum is equal to a plus b. You can return a plus b directly. Return a plus b. And what it is doing is, if I do console.log of e dot sum of 5 comma 4 or console.log of d dot sum of 10 comma 15, can see that it is printed 9, it is printed 25. Why? It's because why is some object, this sum function is getting access because this function sum is declared in member.prototype. This C will first check, this object C will first check in its own object that whether it is contains some function or not. Then next it will check the number prototype. There it will find some function. So from there it will call this sum function and will return the value. So that is the basic. And this D also has directly pointing to number prototype. So D is also getting access. So this is, you can declare your own properties and methods in this prototype, and you can access by using objects. This is the difference. And there are many other methods, inbuilt methods in number.prototype. Example, we have seen 2 exponential, and there is also, I declare here 225.567. If I do c dot 2 fixed, then it will print as 25. If I give some number 2, it will give 2.57, 225.57, because it is reducing to 2 decimals. 26 will reduce to 2 decimals. If I give some other numbers, if I give here 4, if I reduce to 4 decimals, then it will give 26.7. 4, if I reduce to fix it to 4, then it will give 56.745, because after 4 there is 7, so it is higher, means it will reduce to 5. If I give 3, then it will give 25.567. So that is the 2 fixed. There is also 2 precision, the method declared in number prototype. There is also important method value of. I can convert these primitive objects, as C is a prim object, as C is an object. We can convert it into primitive using C dot value of operator function. Suppose C dot value of yg console dot log of C dot value of const d is equal to C dot value of, I can declare it as E. Now console dot log of E type of E. If I declare like this, you can see that it is a 25.56. It is of type number. Before it was a type object. If you check type C, it is of type object, number object. It is of type object, but I converted to number primitive. It is of type number. Basically, the difference is that one. Okay, you can convert object to primitive with using value of, that is the value of operation is defined in number.prototype. And there are properties max safe integer, min safe integer are defined in number object, means function dot prototype. In number dot Static properties are defined with number. Some properties number are max safe integer and min safe integer. Okay, these are the things. If you check constant is equal to new object, of 25 26, like this. Console dot log of e, then it will print 25 26. Type of e, it will be object, it is printing an array. It is okay. Can pass anything here. Pass number, it will be as treating as number object. Pass some object, pass some real object, a1 b2. See what it will print is a1 b2 and object. We pass some number, you can get number object 25 object. If we directly pass an object, then you will get directly an object directly printed. But if you pass primitive like this strings, you pass strings, then you will get something string colon instead. If I pass some boolean, you will get boolean true. Okay. So if we pass object in a object, then you will get the same object but not in these braces, the square brackets. But you will get in different way. But if you pass other the primitives, then you will get in square bracket boolean true. Okay. Now if you do e dot this e object, suppose as constructor, who has created this constructor? If we check it, then you'll find that there will be boolean function created. So boolean has a prototype. Boolean dot prototype is equal to e dot underscore photo. If I do it, then it should print equal to, you have to do double equal to, and it gives true. So boolean dot prototype contains some methods and properties that will accessible to e object, and this boolean has also some static methods and properties: apply, point, call, caller. These we will get from function dot prototype, as boolean is an object. Okay, now we will restrict ourselves to the numbers only. Okay, now if I use number as a function like this, number 1 2 3, if I do console dot log of number as function, it will convert string to integer. If I use type of const is equal to number of 123 e comma type of e, it will print name 123, it is a number, and if you give spaces also it will work the same way. has worked in the same way, but I should not give in middle spaces. That won't work. It is gives nan. If number function unable to convert, then it gives nan. Okay. If I give 112.3, it gives 12.3 number. And if I give empty string, it will print 0. If I give null, it will print 0. If I give undefined, it will print nan. For undefined, we can't have a number, so it is nan. We give some array like this. If it gives 0, if I give some number in it here, then it prints one number. But if I give 1 comma 2, then it will give nan. It is unable to convert. So this is if I give some 100 a, then it will give nan because it is unable to convert this a. Okay. If I give some string, then it unable to convert, it gives nan. If I give some 0b11, this binary number, it will convert to decimal, it gives 3. 0b11, I think 0 or oh, it is not working. Let's try. Okay, now let's see. 0b11, I touch 3, it is working. 0x in one hexadecimal, it is 17. So in decimal one, in decimal it is 17, hexadecimal it is 11. It is used to convert. I can change this to O. This will give 8. 8 plus 1 9. This is in decimal, this is in octa. So these are the properties. And this number function has lot of pairs in pairs float. If I give some boolean number of true, it gives 1 as an output. If I give false, then it gives 0 as an output. So this is about number function. A number function has some methods like pairs, int. The difference is if I do 123 SAN, then it will give 123 number. But if I give some number here, this will give nan. If I do same thing without parseInt, then it will give nan. But parseInt gives 123. ParseInt function gives static method will use 123 number. So parseInt will accept a radix also. By default it will be 10. You can specify the base also. Now patch float works parseInt and patch float works the same. Float will take the decimal points. If I JavaScript number function, if I give 10, 20 like this, this number function will take 10, percentile function will take 10. A number function will give output as nan, but percent gives 10. Okay, and we convert a number to a string using toString method. Suppose a dot to string, if I do, then it is 25. If I do c dot to string, then it will give something called a 25.54. C comma c dot to string. Yeah, it is a number object, it is in a string now. Okay, if I do const easy is equal to new object, not e, let it be f, equal to new object. If I do a1 c2, then if I do f dot console dot log f2 string, then it will print object. This is an object, type object, and we are putting it as object. Same thing, if I declare using array also, we will get the same. One, two, three. If I keep g dot to string, then we will get as 1, 2, 3. So arrays can be converted, but object you can keep it as an object only. Okay, I can copy paste this one. Wait, snipping tool. I will paste this line of code in Google Docs. This we have to remember. And next is, if you choose this internally calls new object, This internally calls new object, so it will directly just see. If you check console.log of f dot prototype, f dot underscore underscore photo is equal to object dot prototype. It is returning true. But same thing if I do with G, it won't give the correct answer because it internally calls new array. So this array is a function responsible for creating prototype for this G function. So the correct way will be if I call using array.prototype. Now it will return true. If I do same thing, console.log of, if I do same thing with d dot underscore underscore photo underscore is equal to object dot prototype, it won't work. If I say if I put to number dot prototype, the last two, one is false, this is false, this is true. Okay, and we have to note that every object points to every object will have object prototype as the last level. I have to note this one, and we have console.c dot underscore underscore photo underscore underscore is equal to till d is completed. If you check number dot prototype, return true. It is return true. Is internally calls new number, and this is new object only. And if I take another h, if it is equal to new object, it should be null or undefined. Now if I do h dot underscore underscore photo equal to object dot prototype, and this returning true. These are very important. You can paste the output also. This is for reference. You can check here. It prints this one. So this is the convert anything to string, but if you convert an object to a string, then you will give object. Can you convert array to string, array object to string, but you can't convert this object to string. That is the difference. Next, we have discussed about all the number function and number things. Uh, and if you give number like this as an object, console.log like this an object, it gives snan. You can't convert. You can use number of undefined, and if you put here nan itself, it gives nan. If you give undefined itself, it gives nan. If you give null itself, it gives 0. If you give empty string, it gives 0. You can use backtick also if you want. It gives 0. If you give directly number 0 itself, it's 0. But if I give like this string true, then it will give nan. If I give false, nan. If I give 0, it will give 0. So these points should be noted. This number will store both number function. This number primitive will store both integer and floating points, but floating points are the major ones it stores. And if you compare console.log 23 is equal 123.0, then it will return true is both are equal. So JavaScript number type is a double precision 64-bit binary format. IEEE 754 format it is. Okay. And you can convert a number like this also. Suppose there is string suppose there is string context is equal to 123. Then you can put here a plus. Suppose you can print it as x type of x. Then it will give output as number. This number it is type 123 is of number type. And this infinity and minus infinity are also considered as valid numbers. Infinity and minus infinity, these are present in number static properties. And there's another way of declaring numbers like this: 123 underscore 00 underscore 00. This is a valid number. If you print console.log of x, then it prints 123 4 zeros. And you can convert these objects to using primitive using value of if you use console.log of infinity, then it will give number of infinity. Then it will give output as infinity. If I give some letter attached to it, then it gives nan. So infinity is valid literal, that's why it is converting to infinity. You can use new number can use number as a function constructor or as a function alone. If you use number as a function, it returns a primitive. If you use number as a function constructor, then it gives an object. Then both are not same. So we have discussed some properties about number, static properties, static methods, and how to convert various other types to number type. And we have discussed for prototypes, underscore proto, and all other things. Thank you.